Well, fuck you, Craig, and welcome back to the 140th. Because we lost the Mia episode. I don't know what the fuck happened to the Mia episode we recorded with Mia, the artist of the lovely logo of Cooped Up Conversations, but the video didn't save on my phone. It was a very visual heavy podcast. We had like a visual aid in the back, and then we talked about Grand Rapids for like 45 minutes. Like, because we like watched their tourism video, and we're like, this is
Oh
just
yeah,
fucking lol.
I forgot that's what we decided. You guys are going to waste a weekend.
I did talk to someone from work who lives in Michigan, and he hyped up Grand Rapids. He said it's fucking great. So it actually might not be that wasted. And it really just sounds like a brewery city, which Aaron did mention. Like your city's either nice or it's a brewery city, and it's definitely but they have like good breweries, I guess. Like I think it's called Bell's or something like that. It's like one of the top like kind of craft brewery places. I guess is in Grand Rapids, and I guess there's like a few colleges, but it like doesn't look bigger than Lowell, dude. It looks smaller than Lowell, if anything. So it seems like a weekend is the perfect amount of time. Like it sounds like a lot of what's cool about Grand Rapids is that it's close to other stuff that's cool, which is kind of the impression that I got. But
which is like what, Chicago?
I guess it's kind of close to Chicago. It's like 2 hours from Detroit by car. I guess it's like a 10-minute flight. It's essentially a direct flight, but they have like breweries. There's like a cool like street that they do like that every town that's like like Burlington, Vermont has that one street, whatever it's called.
Yep. Main Street.
No, it's called something. And if Aaron was here, he'd be able to know. Speaking of which, this is the 140th episode of Cooped Up Conversations with Aaron, Joey, Prokop, and me, Cooper. I forgot the number of this episode. This summer has been kind of a wash. Like, we were like, once we move together, it's going to be fucking great because we're going to be doing shit all the time. And we've been streaming again, but the podcasts have been sporadic. Our schedules have just been crazy. But Kira moved home, so Aaron's going to have more free time. Except Joey's dating now, which, like... is so funny, dude. Not saying that he couldn't date before, but he hasn't been dating. So like he like came out and was like, "Does this sweater make me look lame?" And I was like, "Damn, Joe."
Oh no.
And he doesn't.
It's an arc.
He's doing like fun, quirky stuff, though. You know what I mean? Like, good for him. But
we need to get a whole Joe the dating scene recap.
Oh well, I'm sure he has plenty. But it's just he hasn't had that in the schedule, and now we had to work in with Joey having Hinge Plus and getting on dates all the time. So
Hinge Plus.
I'm sure it will
he's
settle
a Hinge
down.
Plus guy, got it.
I don't know if he's a Hinge Plus guy. I know he pays for one of them, but I guess like you gotta pay for him now. Like you and I wouldn't know this, Prokop, but I guess now if you don't pay for them, they hide your likes. So like you can't even see all your likes unless you pay. So
Really?
like you could have like these fucking 10 hot girls that want to talk to you or like swiped right on you or whatever. And you would have no idea unless you paid $9.99 a month, which is an absurd price, dude.
$10 a month. My Spotify
Spotify is like $10 a month.
Getting laid. And laid is not I don't know if I get laid. I have to fulfill that myself.
Yeah. And you got to think that's like probably like a what? Not for Joey, just on the spectrum on dates. It's probably like a fucking 10% hit rate that you'll either go on a second date or that you'll eventually have sex. I feel like that's a low hit. Those are low numbers for the amount of time it takes. It just I don't know. We might have to get him like a fucking assistant, like an intern or something like that.
Someone to schedule it for
his calendar. Yeah. He should do date reviews. That should be his like thing. He just reviews random people on TikTok.
What was Mitch talking about? Wasn't he on like a Facebook group where?
Oh yeah,
Did you date this guy, Boston?
Yeah, he got on. Are you dating the same person? Like people like, but he wasn't like dating any of them. I guess.
Yeah.
Mitch likes to play the games, man. You know what I mean? He does his thing, whatever. But he ended up on one of those Facebook groups. Which I mean, Boston is not big enough, man. At some point, you gotta kind of by the time before like the fall moves around when everybody moves into Boston because like for whatever reason the city's like a September lease city.
Yep. Well,
Until then, dude, the
the
end of leases
students.
it must just be dead. Well, yeah, students too for sure, but just even like leases in general, like a ton of them were September 1st. Like we had a real hard time finding June 1st.
Really.
Which, by the way, our fucking apartment is leaking. Mia and
Ooh.
I were sitting here the other night, and all of a sudden, this brown liquid starts coming through the fucking roof, and I'm like, I try to ignore it. That's like something I do with inanimate objects, like kind of like your body. You're like, oh, my leg hurts. I'm gonna ignore it, and it might go like get. If I fall asleep, it might be better. I do that shit with like my car and stuff like that, and it just doesn't. But also, like, I was just sitting there. I'm like, maybe it's not real, and then it like started pouring in here, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And it rained a lot like the 2 days before, but it didn't rain that day, and I'm like, the roof definitely is fucked. And right before the hurricane, someone was out front talking about it. He's like, yeah, I told them to replace the roof. And I'm like, oh, I wonder whose apartment building they're talking about. And then it ended up being fucking ours, which is devastating. But
Jeez. Is it still leaking?
it's not leaking, but like it, I like don't want to mess with the camera, but like it's just like a straight line like this. So it must be like one thing on the roof that's like faulty because it's like in a direct straight line. And it's like this brown liquid on our roof, dude. Like it must have filtered through all the insulation and
Oh,
shit,
that's
and it's
gross.
just like years of mold and stuff.
Ugh.
It's always great or a few months into a fucking lease, dude.
Sounds like Boston. Sounds like Boston apartments.
I mean, dude, it's a fucking dream, man.
It's to be in the city. To be living in the city.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. But anyway, um, what else did I fucking have to say, man? I had something else, but yeah, he ended up on one of those pages. So Joey's gone.
Oh yeah, Joey's gone.
Aaron shit himself all Sunday. Like I bought a 4-pack of toilet paper and I think he ripped through 3 rolls, dude, like $12 at TP in like a day. And then
What do
he's
you
been
eat?
constipated for the last I don't know. He's been constipated for the last 2 days.
You're just
And like he's acting like
dropping this
he's
on the pod.
dude,
He's
he's
roughing
acting
the
like he's acting like he's going through a fucking he's going through Guantanamo, dude. He was literally lied down in bed and was crying when we were playing Xbox. And I'm like, dude, it can't be that bad. He also took a laxative after not shitting after like 8 hours. Like, don't you wait a couple days till you take a? I've never taken a laxative. If I
yeah.
don't shit for like 2 days, it's just kind of like I don't shit for 2 days. That's what it is. Like sometimes you get the little gas pains and you're like, oh, like fuck. But like, I never am like writhing in pain, ready to take a laxative.
If I like think I need to get something out of me, then I guess that's when I go to a laxative, probably.
He's also got a fucking 1.5 liter of
Why are we
prune
talking
juice
about
in
this?
the fridge.
Oh well, that's actually that's something.
It's insane, dude. This is a fucking
Saves
nut
you
house, dude. And Mia's
being in
up
a
here
bad
normally
space.
fucking doing whatever she does. It's a circus here, dude.
I'm
The most
excited.
normal person is Sabrina.
Oh, okay. The cat's keeping everyone alive. Got it.
Yeah, she's napping. I kind of want to turn the camera so you can see her, but she's gonna wake up. But she's
Oh,
like
a cat.
grumpy
I mean,
napping.
I don't think so.
Dude. But so this isn't gonna be hopefully your last one, dude. But hiatus from the pod pro. It's gonna be a fucking end of an era, man.
End of an era. It's sad. It starts a new era. One where
A new chapter.
I need to question what I do on the internet.
Yeah, 100%, totally. We could, but yeah, just everybody, round of applause if you're listening and you're in your car, like Danny De Palma and Jack are. Shout out to Danny De Palma and Jack. There's 2 shout outs in a fucking row, Danny. Anyway,
First
give
and
yourself
last,
give
Danny, right there.
whatever, dude. I shared your embroidery thing on our fucking Instagram thing. So again, you don't want to fucking end up on the stream. Don't post stuff on the internet. But shout out to fucking you, Prokop. Honestly, podcast is gonna be forever changed without you. It's been such a pleasure. And honestly, I don't think it would have gone on this long if it was not for you. We would have been on SoundCloud for maybe 25 episodes and then quit. So
Well,
genuinely appreciate you treating us like your first child, the podcast like your first child. And now Pipelina is almost here, and you can raise Pipelina as your second and real
yeah,
child. But you'll forever know that the podcast was your first.
yeah, first social media uh coordinator. I don't know. I didn't do that. I let you do that. But once like we got all the stuff up, it was like, oh, this you can just set and forget, kind of. It's
Yeah, I
nice and
wish I
easy.
wish I could run the stream because the stream is honestly is set up really cool. Like when you used to like stream every once in a while, it was
Yeah,
always cool. But it's just I can't run it through my PC. I'm thinking about for like Christmas this year, like buying myself a new computer so I can do it.
yeah.
Um,
My rig's
but
pretty crazy.
yeah, you gotta you did you build your PC or did you buy it like in a it complete?
I built it. My friend helped me do that. So I'm
See, I don't have
very
the patience for it. That's why I like Apple products. I like being able to like Brooklyn just got a new computer and it's dope. It's literally just the monitor basically and you just plug it in and you're like
the new
ready to
iMac.
go. Yeah, the iMac, the big one. Very nice, very nice, I will say. But I don't need a desktop computer. I barely use my laptop if it's not for work.
Yeah, my thing is I kind of see it like a car, and not like um
You see the computer as a car?
yeah, cause or at least like here's why I was always the same way as you, Coop. It's like I just need this. I just need this, and I'll be fine. Is like as things get better and better, it's easier to buy the parts and put them in and out of the chassis. You'll either save money, you can buy used parts that are like someone gets like the crazy new stuff. You can buy like refurb and put it in, and it's still pretty good. That's like how mine's running because it was like a bunch of my friends' old parts, and there was like, go get these, and I'll help you put it together. You go to Micro Center, you have a good time at Micro Center, and then
I hate
uh,
stores.
yeah.
I do not enjoy shopping.
Well, you can
I,
order this
my
stuff and pick it up.
Well, the problem is I need like you had like a computer like Sherpa. I need like a computer
Yeah.
short like Sherpa who can like Aaron built his PC, but I don't have the patience to learn from Aaron. So I need
There's
a
a
better Sherpa than that.
there's a video game PC builder. Just
Is it
start doing
really?
that. Yeah. Just like how
By the
there's
way,
like YouTube Life and there's probably TikTok Life and or Farm Life, Trucker Life.
those things were not my wrists that you just saw. My wrists were not that chubby and fucking weird. That was a T-shirt that's almost pasty skin color. It's Nantucket red. It's salmon. I got a little of a sunburn last week, so I just wanted to make that clear because I saw
Okay.
the camera and it looked like I had like weird hands with like crazy wrists, and I kind of tripped myself out a bit. I
I
need to
didn't see
like
that.
lower the light when we record because I like get caught fucking being self conscious about it. I'm like, dude, I can see your fucking nipple. Like, you know what I mean? I get too worried because I'm like worried about someone watching it and then seeing my nipple. It's devastating.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're on the internet. You look like a buffoon.
Dude, I'm on the internet probably too much. I'm honestly afraid to look at my TikTok stat. Cause like genuinely, if I'm just like nothing else is going on, I will just fill the void with TikTok. It's got to be up to like probably like I don't even know, probably probably more hours than I'd like to admit a day. Cause
Yeah.
I also just leave it running. You get like one of those documentaries about like Roman history or something like that, or like fucking World War I or World War II, or like you get like fucking I get like dogfight videos sometimes, which is dope, and you just get yourself lost in dogfight videos, and it's like 10 minutes long, and then you don't scroll over, so it just looks like new shit. So it's like, but a lot of time wasted on TikTok. Too much on the internet, and then there's too much self conscious. It is crazy how there's some people on there whose like whole page is documenting them going through like a breakup or something like that. Like I also get divorces where like people are like, my husband won't let me see my kids
This
because of
exists.
like this
What?
that. Yeah, dude, people are deranged. Like their whole page will basically be them unraveling mentally online, and it's like in 2 minute snippets. Like, I just got this one when like before I was setting up for the podcast when I was sitting there and I was like scrolling through it, and the first one is like when your boyfriend locks you out of the apartment because you still live together but broke up. And then it's like, oh, this is crazy. And then it gets like worse and worse, where she's like, he's bringing people over, like shit like that. And it's just like her legitimately cry. There's no way she's acting. If she's acting, get her in fucking Hollywood right now. Sorry, people on the strike, but you're gonna lose your job to this girl. She's too good of an actor. It's insane.
Well,
And then you get like, and
actors
then
are still striking.
you get like guys with like the same shit, dude. They'll just like be putting like borderline crimes online, and it's like, what are you guys doing? It's like, yeah, my wife wouldn't let me
What
see
did
my
I see that
kids.
was deranged? Well, there's so much derangement. I sent you something, but that's how I remember what I'll talk to you
Yeah,
about is like
I just
I
spam
sent
chat
you.
to a shit and then hope I remember it.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I just slipped my head again. This is great fucking content. I'm sure everybody in the car is like, oh, I love how they just fucking both forget exactly what they want to talk about. Oh, my
Uh,
God.
there's not much
But
going on, man.
oh, the Ruby Frankel thing. Did you see
Ruby
the lady who?
Frankel.
Speaking of people who document their life and destroy it,
Who's
like
this?
she's now in jail, and apparently, like one of her cell block mates is like, "Oh, I'm a fucking." She's like a lesbian now. So not only like, so there's just like this drama building around this lady who documented her neglecting her children for years. Where was CPS? Who knows? It is also Mormon country. She's for sure Mormon. But insane, dude. Documented her like being like, yeah, if you don't do your chores, you lose food privileges.
Oh,
And
is
it's
this
like,
the passenger
yeah, the
eight?
Ruby Frank guy.
That
Yeah, the
okay.
Ruby Frank or Ruby Frankel or something like that.
I don't know what their names are.
Insane. I remember what I wanted to talk about was I wanted to talk about just because I talked to my cousin about this the other day about how feel bad for people who are like 10 years older than us, like true millennials, because those people got absolutely fucked, dude. Not only can they not buy houses and shit, I just watched for the first time the new thing on Netflix about Purdue Pharma and how they got Oxycontin through. It's the lady from Orange Is the New Black, Ferris Bueller guy,
Michael
is in
Keaton,
it.
right?
Michael Keaton, who's that?
Who's that?
I don't know who Michael. Tell me what he does.
He's Batman. He's a
Is he
very
like the
famous.
bald guy with like gray hair on the side?
I think so. Hold
Yeah, I
on.
don't remember him being in it. He might have been.
I thought
And
he
then they
was.
had these hot barely like they went to like sororities and were like, come sell Oxycontin with us. And they'd be like going around like fucking doctors getting them to prescribe more Oxycontin and stuff. And that was like probably right when like those people who are 10 years older than us were going through like high school and shit. Those people got absolutely decimated. And the worst part is they have like no chance of like rebounding.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
dude,
so
every
bad.
time I see something more about that age group, I'm like, oh, people are gonna look back and be like, these poor fucking people, dude, because they're gonna be fucked, dude. Like, because those are the ones who are really being impacted by like the housing thing. Like, yeah, it
Yep.
sucks. Like, people like our age, like for the most part, are like, I can't buy a house right now, like kind of like that shit. But also,
Yep.
like, I'm 26. I'm not that worried about it. But I'm like, if you're like approaching your 40s and you still haven't bought a home
Yep.
yet, and half of your friends get addicted to Oxycontin in high school, and you got the first few school shootings, not as many as now, but like you had the first few. Everyone was ugly in the 90s and the 2000s. Like, even celebrities. Like, think of one celebrity who was truly hot in the 2000s.
In the 2000s.
Maybe like Rihanna early or Beyonce. But like, other than that, bro, like because the fashion was terrible.
Oh yeah.
Like it was like a mix between like all of the worst parts of every era, just like combined into one. Like
But
and
it
plus
also had this
everyone
like
was not eating because they were on OxyContin. So
yep.
everyone was like it was
So
like that was like the junky fucking skinny phase, dude, where everyone had to be 92 pounds.
yep, the heroin chic is
Heroin chic, I was looking for the word. And then they had like the short, like Karen hair for whatever reason. Like whoever thought that was cool. Like no one knew how to do their hair in the 90s. Like
oh
even
the
if you watch like Jennifer Aniston and Friends, You're like, you're so close. Like, I don't get it. And like Courtney Cox was really pretty before like she became completely plastic at this point. But like
Yeah.
she was Lisa Kudrow's not bad. I guess the people on Friends and Seinfeld, like the '90s weren't as bad as the 2000s. The 2000s was a horrendous era for I feel like everything besides like some music.
Like the aughts, just the aughts, just 2000 to 09, not like 2010 included.
Even 2010 up until like 2015, everything kind of sucked. Like
Yeah.
even when I graduated high school, like who is like the best? Like there was a few people like Jay-Z and Kanye did an album like around that time. Like there was some cool stuff, but then it was like 2 Chainz, dude. And 2 Chainz is the man, but like his music isn't great. Like this like and then it was like the
He's
weird
known for the weed show now.
yeah, exactly. And then it's like the weird like Lumineers and Mumford and Sons era, like the AO bands, dude. Like the A.
Yep.
Like this
That's
terrible time
Yep.
all around.
All around, just not a good 2 decades. I mean,
No, it wasn't.
I'll say there are gems. Like
There's a few fast food items that were cool. They used to have like the Cheetos fucking fries at Burger King. Those were dope. But other than that, dude, like what else was going on?
yeah,
Obama was cool.
George Bush was hilarious.
George Bush was like funny, but like at that point in time, I don't think anyone
No.
wanted their president to be funny. Like at this point, we want them to be a fucking joke. But like back then, you were kind of like, dude, like Middle East is like doesn't seem great.
No. Yeah. It's been a
Fresh
Hey,
off
it's-
9/11,
hey, it's
support our
not
troops
going
everywhere.
well. Yep.
The mission accomplished with him on the aircraft carrier is still one of the most iconic things, dude. Like I don't know how that's not blasted around in other countries constantly for the biggest blunder of all time. Because we were there another 13 years after that.
It's called well, we accomplished the original mission. The second mission was statecraft and just hanging around for 13 years.
See, to be honest, I still feel bad for George Bush, though. I say this all the time, and I really feel like George Bush was just a bro who was just trying to make his dad happy. I don't think he had any interest in being president. He seems like if you offered George Bush the opportunity to have like Hunter Biden's life compared to being president during 9/11 and all that shit.
Yeah, George
Like-
Bush would be doing crack.
Yeah, George Bush would have been doing crack, dude. He got clean at Yale because he wanted to be president to make his dad happy. And it's like you needed to carry on the Bush name, and you looked around, and then it was like Jeb, and I don't even know who the fucking other one is.
Yeah, the other one.
Oh, I don't even know if there is another one. Is there another one?
Yeah, there's
There has to be. Yeah, I don't know what he does though. He's kind of like Cooper Manning, where he's like just like the lowest sibling. But yeah, dude, he looked around. He's like, Jeb's definitely not going to win. What? I'm the only chance to carry the legacy on. So he got straight, and then all of a sudden he's thrown in. 9/11 happens. Katrina, both wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Financial crisis. I mean, the poor guy, man. Not really the poor guy. I mean, he's a criminal and blah 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 blah. You probably could have stopped it.
No, I
You
know.
know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of stuff, like the guy is painting on Ellen now. Like, how can you hate George Bush?
Well, you can.
And
hate
Obama
him.
was
You can
mad
hate
cool.
him.
No, you can hate him if you're Iraqi or from Afghanistan. But other than that, I mean, like, if you're in America, you shouldn't hate George Bush. Like, it could have been worse. Imagine Al Gore
Don't
through
get me
9/11.
started. Yeah. Eh. Yeah, that'd suck. I mean, I always say, like, imagine the world we live in if Al Gore was president instead of George Bush. But
People would have been way more annoying.
yeah,
Like, you know what I
feel
mean?
Like
Like-
the anti SJW phase would have come in like 2002 instead of 2012.
Yeah. I think our neighbors are fucking laughing at us. I can hear them. Maybe it's just because I'm high, but like Aaron went downstairs because the downstairs neighbors moved out. So Aaron and Joey have been shitting down there. And Aaron's like, I can hear you guys clear as day talking in the living. Because we have like no carpets or anything, man. So it just echoes.
Wait, so they hear you when you're just going downstairs?
No, they can like Aaron was sitting in the bathroom on the second floor and could
Uh-huh.
hear us talking on the third floor.
Yep.
And like you can hear the conversations next door. And we really kind of should keep that in mind more, I guess. Especially as like someone's not able to hear the other side of this conversation and get maybe it's a bit and I'm just like George Bush is sick. Especially in Somerville, dude. I'm sure that's not a message that's well received.
No, yeah. Well, if
But yeah,
anything,
anyways, the moral of that story is I just feel terrible for them. That whole age group just got absolutely fucked. And it sucks. And hopefully when you guys are 65 and dying from vaping or whatever the fuck you guys do, anxiety, the younger generation will want to help you. But
they'll realize
no
you got the
promises.
bad end of the stick.
Yeah, the best part of our deal is I think we're riding the wave perfectly. Like we're young enough where like the market being bad isn't really impacting us. And we still have somewhat time. Like I have let's just say 50 because I don't eat well. I use a lot
You're
of
saying
I
50?
smoke and yeah, I'm saying 50 might be the cap for me. Or at least I'm not gonna plan till after 50 until I am around 50 years old.
That's the
I'll probably
worst
start
way to
planning
do
at
that.
45. No, I'll plan as if I'm gonna be alive past that, like financially, I guess. But
No,
like
dude,
plans
like that's
wise,
the worst way to do that though.
nah,
Uh,
man. Here's the deal, because
I I don't blame
I
you.
really, I, I don't. I eat a lot of stuff with fat that's rich in fats. I enjoy stuff like bread. Never gonna give up bread. There's nothing better than like some bread and olive oil, some bread and butter.
I
There's
know.
nothing better.
Nothing
I
better.
will never be able to give that up. I could probably give up ice cream, maybe not soft serve, because I don't like ice cream. Ice cream, I need someone to be like, oh, let's get ice cream. Because at this point, I'll get a little fucking some candy, some old Jello candies before I get ice cream. But if someone's like, oh, let's get ice cream, I'm like, will not turn it down. But I could probably cut that out. I like chips a lot. Would not be able to cut out chips. Like completely never eating chips again. And I
Do you
feel
have
like
like a sub for chips though? Because I'll
like
do I'll do like
chickpeas.
yeah, like pita chips, I guess, are kind
Yeah,
of
but like pita chips aren't great either.
yeah. You eat it with
Still,
hummus,
it's
so it's
still,
good.
yeah, you eat it with hummus. You can eat fucking hummus with a Cheeto. It doesn't mean it's like, it's not
You don't
great.
eat hummus with a Cheeto. That's
I have eaten hummus with a Cheeto. It's actually pretty decent. But you gotta have the store bought hummus that kind of has that like really
uh,
creamy texture. Not like like homemade hummus or like the stuff at the restaurants. Like I agree. You don't want to tarnish it with a pita. But if you're having Sabra hummus, like I'll fucking sauce a Cheeto in there.
double get a little spicy, a little cheesy.
Yeah, I didn't, dude. Kira bought like 2 bags of fucking flaming hot Cheetos, and the second I saw them, mentally, I'm like, I need flaming hot Cheetos. So I've had like 2 bags in 2 weeks. I've never done that.
You ever have hot fries?
I don't really like hot fries. I liked them when I was
Oh.
younger because it was something I could never have. So if someone like had hot fries, I'm like, oh, give me a few. But I don't really enjoy them. Like I wouldn't buy hot fries if I had any option in the store. I wouldn't buy hot fries.
Okay. It used to be like 89 cents and it was like that's the fucking cheap bag. You grab
Yeah,
this
because it's
one.
air.
Yeah.
It's like spicy air that gets
Yeah, it's
stuck to your
great.
teeth. It's kind of like eating styrofoam. That's what
And
it
then you
like the
get it off
texture's
your
like.
teeth with like a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, just rot away the enamel at the same time, so the dust gets loose. I've been
Yep.
on a Dr. Pepper and root beer kick all summer. Like
Ooh,
even at like
me
I
too.
just
That's me all the time. Oh yeah, I'll get
Dr.
a Dr.
Pepper,
Pepper or I'll get a root beer. One or
dude.
the
I woke
other.
up this morning and I thought I drank both my Dr. Peppers last night, but evidently I didn't because I woke up and there was a fucking Dr. Pepper in the fridge, and I was like, my day like recovered from it. I love Dr. I don't even know what the flavor of Dr. Pepper is, but it's like especially out of the fountain, dude. You get a fountain Dr. Pepper. It fucking is top tier. Like that's the hard thing, man. I need to like when I'm on a soda kick, I'm on a soda kick, and I just am like Dr. Pepper's dope, root beer's dope, Coke hit or miss. There's nothing worse. Like you only get a good Coke out of like a fountain every fifth time.
You
Half
get
the places it's either not carbonated enough, there's not enough fucking flavor in it. The ice is too watery. Like there's something wrong with it. It just doesn't hit. But like
a McDonald's Coke though.
McDonald's Coke hits, a Wendy's Coke hits, a fucking movie theater Coke hits. Especially
Ooh,
when you get the ad with the fucking bubbles and shit. Like that's one of the only ads that like I will not be able to beat. Is like a movie theater Coca-Cola ad. Like so if it gets me on the right day, I'm like, oof. The only thing that saves me are the Pepsi movie theaters because then I'll never get a Pepsi. That's when
no,
I get icy.
yeah, Pepsi sucks. So
Pepsi's gross, man. And like I don't understand establishments that are like, I will take Pepsi over Coke. Like it can't be that much cheaper. Soda can't be that expensive.
I think I think people just like the taste different.
I guarantee you, dude, it loses fucking people. The second a restaurant only offers Pepsi products, I'm like, fuck, I don't like this place already. Because then I know they're cutting corners other places. You know what I mean? Like like, oh, is that chicken fresh, dude? Is that seafood fresh? Like, I don't know. You got Pepsi.
I don't know. You
So
got Pepsi. So if you want to
I
stay off Coop's list, you gotta carry Coca-Cola products and Dr. Pepper products, which is just
I think one of the
Dr.
only
Pepper and
places that
squirt.
has Pepsi product. Well, the weird thing is people used to have Dr. Pepper when they have Pepsi products. That would be like where you'd find Dr. Pepper sometimes.
So Dr.
But
Pepper is a different like conglomerate. So
but it's
Coke
owned by Coke now.
is it? I
I'm
thought
pretty
it
sure Coke at least distributes it. I'm
it
almost
might
positive.
distribute it, but I don't think it owns it. Um,
You might be right, but I thought that it recently Coke like acquired it or something.
you could very be right too. Strangely, Dr. Pepper is owned by Coca-Cola in its European, South Korean markets. Elsewhere, it's sold, managed by Dr. Pepper Company.
So it's managed like so they probably deal with like the formula and shit, but they probably are owned by
Dr.
Coke to
Pepper
distribute
Snapple Group is one of the
it. Dr. Pepper
yeah,
Snapple Group. I used to fuck
dude.
heavy with
Conglomerates are
Snapples when I
nuts.
was a kid. I haven't had a Snapple in years, dude.
Oh, I would get when I was working in Austin, I would get a Snapple. I would get like there was always like a two for whatever, and I was like, okay, I'll grab this from CVS.
See, I
And
never would buy a Snapple there. Where I get Snapples is like sandwich shops.
well, that was what was near my work. But
Yeah,
yeah,
if it's like a sandwich shop and they got like ice cold Snapples, every once in a while I'll grab them. But I
yeah.
do like Nantucket Nectars better.
Have, Joe's, I think is what it's called. It's the one with the old school truck on it. It's like the best, like half and half.
Oh, Joe's is good. Joe's is
Yeah.
good. They sell it at Lambert's. Yeah, and also like Arizona still doesn't get beat, dude. Like there's nothing better. I love the pink lemonade Arnold Palmer. I haven't probably had one of
Ooh,
those in
that's an
like 2 years,
oldie
but
but
those are
goodie.
like those used to be
Oh,
like one of my favorite drinks when you'd get grilled, dude. I would buy like four fucking Arizona pink lemonade Arnold Palmers, and I would just get grilled and just fucking slug them, dude.
I feel like
Those
they
were the
don't even
shit.
make those anymore. I
They
haven't
better
seen.
that better not be the case.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, but the lemonade's like a little more prominent in it. Like it's like a better lemonade. I don't know what the fuck pink lemonade is, but it's way better.
What
Do
is
they have
pink
pink
lemonade?
lemons? Like what the fuck is the deal
Yeah,
with that?
probably. What is pink lemonade? It's got red food coloring in it.
Fuck, that's probably not good for you then.
Yeah.
Well, neither's lemonade. It's just lemons and sugar.
Yeah. Well, to an extent, but yeah.
isn't it just lemon, sugar, and water?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying,
What do you
like,
mean to an extent then?
if the sugar's like not
Oh,
like,
I get what you're saying.
terrible, then you're probably like not drink some water afterwards. You gotta.
You know what I like, and I've been on a fucking huge kick for like a year now, is Thai iced tea.
Oh my god,
Fucking
yes.
love
They fucking rip.
Thai
Dude,
iced tea.
a boba place open near us. We're gonna waste so much money.
Dude, that's like the one thing that's around us. We have like 15 tea places. Some of them
Yep.
stay open wicked late, which is hype, but not that I have a tea. I gotta go to the office tomorrow, and I know I'm gonna get fucking chewed out for something, so I
Ooh,
just do not want to go in.
that sucks. Do you want to talk about work or not talk about work?
No, I'm not gonna talk about it, but I know fucking something came up. But anyway, yeah, absolutely absurd. Um, what else did I had some shit. I'm Scrabble brained at this point.
We've been going only half an hour, so that's kind of
Word.
miserable. No, it's because there's not as many voices.
Well, that's the thing. I'm used to being interrupted by Joe and Aaron.
Yeah.
One sec. Pavo's gonna have some odd takes, I can tell.
Oh, Pavo, he's gonna
And
make it.
maybe you also I need to talk to you about how to like edit this, by the way. We can cut this little part too. Hey Pavo, hop in, dude. We need a little Pavo, dude.
We need a
We
little
had a 30-minute
Pavo.
lull. It's just Prokop and I. Give us a topic, dude, then. If you're not gonna join, you fucking schmuck. We're calling in, dude. We're calling in. Instead of getting called in, we're calling in to people.
Is he in your ear pods? I can hear him. Oh, now I can hear him.
You're taking too long. He's taking too long. Let me check my notes. I had something else.
What happened? Oh, we talked about the passenger 8. What else was crazy in the news? Trump almost bought a gun. That was some hot shit. That was such a funny picture to see on the internet. Like,
You try to buy a gun?
yeah, he was like at a gun show and he was like grabbing for a gun and like pointing at it willy nilly. I was like, oh my god, this is
So
this
was he
is
trying to buy a
hilarious.
gun or was he just looking at a gun?
According to his team, he was looking at a gun, but like in the video, it says like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to buy that" or whatever. And then like his team came out being like, "No, he would not buy that because he knows not to break the law because convicted felons cannot purchase firearms."
That's so funny.
It's perfect. If we're gonna have a president, it should be a laughing stock. Just kidding, but you know what I
Oh,
mean.
absolutely.
Joe's a laughing
Absolutely.
stock.
The
Joe,
whole thing is crumbling, dude.
yeah.
It's embarrassing we don't have, in a country of 330 million people, we don't have two more people that are even slightly worthy. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Like, why do we have to choose between these two fucking old lunatics?
Yeah.
I kind of the thing is though is I really just have checked out and my mental health with the world has gotten way better. Like I don't think about anything at all anymore. People are like, "Oh, you see this?" I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking crazy."
Yeah, that's probably the best way to go about it. I notice
Like,
when
man,
I'm able to do that, it's so much.
it's like this cycle of like, "Oh, listen to this fucking terrible thing that happened." Okay. And then it's like when everybody gets fucking over that, it's like, listen to this terrible thing that happened. And I just can't do it. Can't do it. So I haven't checked out. I haven't checked in on anything at all.
Unplugged from the
And I feel
Matrix.
a little bit, man. The only matrix I'm in is TikTok, and they got me fucking in there, man.
I'm plugged in deep. Not only am I plugged in, I escaped and then came back and said, "Keep me here forever."
Keep me in forever. Oh, I did. I guess because the Mia episode got cut. I guess we can. I had a fucking embarrassing sequence at the fucking airport when I was. Were you on for the Mia episode?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you guys told me it was happening.
Yeah, I forgot. We got together that night and we're like, oh, let's do one because Mia was asking to do one, and
It's
we
fun
like
though.
do one. Yeah, and then the video didn't save, which is dope. So the whole episode's gone. But I forgot to mention this. Like, the problem is our flight got delayed twice. So I had a decent buzz going. Like I had 2 beers at fucking Legal Seafoods. We were gonna take a quick tequila shot before we got on the plane. And then our flight got delayed and we're like, fuck. So I got another beer, did the tequila shot still. Brooklyn got a few margaritas. We got another drink. Flight got delayed another hour. We
This
drank
sounds like a
again.
Stone Cold promo. I was at the airport. I got a beer.
I got a beer.
I
I
got
got
a
another beer.
scotch. I got a
I
whiskey.
think-
Airplane's delayed. What? Another 2 hours. What?
Dude,
I got a beer.
so we got like drunk, dude. And then by the time we got drunk, I was like hungover getting on this plane, and I was kind of out of it. And like when we're checking in, I'm like already 2 steps past the lady, and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, excuse me." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I kind of got like startled. I turn around, and she's like, "You're in the exit row. Do you like acknowledge that you'll be able to help in the case of an emergency?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." Like she caught me off guard, and she's like, "Oh, I guess your girlfriend didn't tell you what seats she bought for you guys." And I like was like, "What the fuck?" Like first off, I bought the seats, you fucking bitch. Second off, I forgot that you had to be told about like an emergency thing. So we got in, and then we were trying to load bags, but we got on late. We were like one of the last boarding groups, so like most of the carry-on bins were full. So I was looking for a bin for Brooklyn's suitcase, and the only spot open, like I didn't want to go all the way to the back of the plane because then when we're getting off, we're gonna have to wait for the whole plane to empty. That's gonna be miserable. Because we were landing at like midnight at that point, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with waiting 25 minutes for this plane to exit. So I like saw a space behind, and I was like, "Excuse me," and the guy behind me didn't really move. So I tried to like lift up and over Brooklyn's suitcase, and then like slide it into the spot, and it slid on the fucking rail, and then teetered and flipped off, and landed on this fucking woman's bag, like right in her chest. And I was really apologetic, but I was like, "Fuck, that definitely looked terrible." Like I just basically threw Brooklyn's fucking 30-pound suitcase at this fucking woman
Oh my god.
in front of the full plane because we were like,
Imagine if
board.
someone was filming. That got
dude,
on
imagine
TikTok.
someone's filming. Imagine if I hit the person underneath, dude. It would have landed directly on their head.
Oh jeez.
Like it would have been fucked. And then the guy who didn't move goes, "You should sue him." And I go, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, it was an accident."
You should
But like, why would you
sue him.
say that? Like, dude, it was clearly a fucking mistake. And then he fucking got all up in arms about it. And it was very embarrassing. It was in front of everybody. And it was not the best look. And then I was like pretty drunk and high, and so I was very self-conscious about it. Like literally the whole flight, I don't think I slept because I'm like, everyone's like, "Oh, that's the fucking moron who fucking threw the suitcase." Because the one time I got up, I also fucking tripped over Brooklyn and almost fell into the other seat. Like we weren't even that drunk, dude, but it was like one of those things. Like once you start making mistakes, you can't stop making mistakes, and it spiraled, dude. It was devastating.
Oh my god.
Hi, Pavo, what's going on?
Not much. Living.
Dude,
chilling.
why is dude sitting in your darkness, dude? What are you playing?
I was playing some puzzle games.
You're playing some puzzle games?
Yeah, stimulating the mind on a Wednesday evenings. Is there anything wrong with
What
that?
are you
Are you playing by
Tetris?
yourself?
Are you playing Tetris? Are you playing
No,
are you
it's
playing
like
Candy Crush? Are you playing Royal Match?
yes, always. I'm always playing Candy Crush in conjunction with anything else I'm doing in life. But no, it's like this. It's like a puzzle game that you play with like your friend, and basically like one of you kind of has like the map, if you will, to like the level, and you have to like instruct the other person who can't see what you see, like what you need to do to like get through the level.
What is
It's
this
pretty
one
fun.
called?
It's called We Were Here. There's like
think I've
4
heard
or
of that.
5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun game.
I've been playing Party Animals with Chris, Jewel, and Jack and Evan.
Party
And it's
Animals, fun game.
dude. I don't even play the game, dude. I just go around and sock people. I play the objective 0% of the time.
Is that like
I just play as
Fall Guys kinda?
It's like Fall Guys, but you're like a drunk animal who like kind of like stumbles around, and you gotta like beat the shit out of people. It's pretty dope, but it's like also pretty terrible.
It's
Like
like a beat 'em up, right? I think I like see this in my head. You just beat
beat
up.
them up. Basically, yeah, you just like play handball and then beat the fuck out of people. It's like fun, I guess. Like
Yep. Do you guys like Nidhogg?
Nidhogg, what is that?
Never heard of that.
Oh, okay. So this is like it's a side scroller like sword fighter. It's very basic though. It's very like it's Nidhogg 1 is like only a few bits stick figures, and then they made it nicer in the second one, but you just run from side to side. So every time the screen like switches over, you have like 3 times to get over to your opponent's side. So you kill them, you run across, they respawn, the thing switches over, and you have to get over 3 times, or they have to get over 3 times on yours. And then you get eaten by the Nidhogg, and that's how you win. But it's a sword fight.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that game.
No, I've never heard of it.
Really?
Either.
It's
I love how these party games are starting to rise up, dude. Just mindless party games.
Well, there was like the Jackbox games
Jackbox was great.
that everybody would play. It was like the fucking Zoomer version of just playing Kings. Nothing's wrong. Or nothing's wrong with doing that. No, now I gotta be creative and witty at a moment's notice because some dickweed at the party's got Jackbox. And then walked into a 2-hour session of 4 different games.
Jackbox.
Yeah, dude. And the game, I played one of those games at somebody's apartment recently, and it just got like really bad really quick. Like, because people were like, "Oh, don't say anything inappropriate," blah blah blah, and everyone kind of adhered to that. And then someone broke the ice, and it's like,
well, then all bets are off.
It went, yeah, because and also people didn't really know me, and I think it was me and Aaron, and they didn't really like know us. So like they would be like thinking they're voting for their buddy, and it would just be us. We were like sitting silently in the corner winning. But yeah, that like I don't like game. To be honest with you, one of my least favorite parts of humanity is when you're at a party having a good time and someone needs to ruin it by playing a game. Like it's like, hey, dude, everyone's vibing. Like, hey, let me take complete command of this room and dictate the vibe on this game going well that half the people don't want to play.
We all just pass around a fatty doink and get uncomfortably high like adults, and then not have to.
That's what I'm
play
saying, dude.
A fucking game of like cards, like.
Well, if you
especially now,
I think if you pull out a deck and 2 people go off and you don't change the vibe of the party at all, I think.
But when you command everybody in a room to play a game.
Well, see, that's different. Like, I'll play some casual poker with the boys or something like that, because that's like, you know, a chill.
But
and we're still
you go in there
playing the game. But like, I don't need the Kingses or like something like that. Like that just becomes the entire party for the next 45 minutes.
And no one truly has that much fun playing those.
No.
Especially if it's in a large group. But also a small group sucks because if I'm like pre-gaming at someone's apartment, like I don't want to do anything, dude. Like I'm not like I don't need to get pumped up. Like I'm not trying to fucking. If anything, playing a game and having to pretend to be social with people I don't want to makes me not want to go out at all.
Couldn't
be real.
Agree more. But then again, I haven't been to like an apartment party in like a while.
I don't think it's been a grip. Joey's brother's girlfriend was like, "You guys should throw an apartment party for Halloween," and I'm like, "You're fucking on crack." Like that's like the last thing on earth I want to do.
Agree with you there.
Yep.
I mean, I'd happily go to an apartment party for Halloween, but
but hosting. Yeah, you don't want to host it. No one wants to host, man. No one wants to host. If you want to host, you're fucking mentally unwell. That's my opinion.
No, the only time I don't mind hosting is like if it's in the yard. And it's like, all right,
Yards are just a perfect cop out. Yeah.
right? Because then like nothing can really get dirty. The worst I have to do is pick up some like cups or beer bottles the next day and put them in the trash bin. Nobody's fucking up my apartment or house or whatever.
Because somebody's gonna
Just throw a
fucking
bin
spill.
out on the yard.
Oh yeah, because it always starts civilized, and then by like the 11:30, there's like blood on the curtains, and like your sink is ripped
People-
out of its socket.
Yeah, people are stealing shit. They're going in
Yeah.
your fridge. You're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
am I having this for? And also, it's like you piss off your neighbors. Like
maybe
we already
that's
probably
maybe
pissed
that's
off
better. Maybe that's just a reflection of the people we have over at these parties. I don't know if that happens.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
all
our friends
apartment
aren't the
parties.
best people, probably.
No, good people, just not
just
terrifically
invite-
responsible.
We just
That's
only
more what I
invite the
meant.
rabble.
The best people to have in your place of your domicile.
Yeah.
Neutral ground is great. You guys are great people. I don't want to be in other people's apartments because then it's kind of like a bull in the china shop situation again. Because it's like once the barrier's broken, it's like fuck, I'm gonna keep breaking shit, or I'm gonna spill something. Like my hand's been like stopping working recently. Where like I'll
Oh.
just be like standing there and I'll just drop shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
You should probably get that looked into.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried to get stuff looked into
Mm.
because I don't want to hear about issues. I'd rather
wanna
get
hear my doctor
blindsided at
say
50,
anything.
like I said earlier.
Yeah, were you there
Like,
for
I'd
that,
rather just be-
Pavo? Cooper was like, I'm gonna start financially preparing for my
I didn't say
life after
financially. I said I'm
50."
gonna plan. No, I said I'm gonna plan
you
as
meant
if it's
plan
all
in
coming to
general.
an end at 50. No, I'm saying I'm planning as if it all is coming to an end at 50. That's my plan. Because after that, I think it's gravy time for me with my genes and my lifestyle.
I mean, I can't really disagree with you there. As long as I got money in the bank to keep myself going, every day after 50 is a blessing.
I honestly feel like if I'm not able to become Jimmy Buffett after 50, then my life was a failure. That's my only goal, is to be able to become Jimmy Buffett at 50. Just wasting away in Margaritaville, dude. Eating some
I mean,
cheeseburgers.
That's the way to
You
go.
could do that. You could buy some fucking house in the woods next to a lake and just be an
I don't want a
alcoholic.
lake. I want ocean. I want the salt
Oh.
in my air. I want to have a leathery skin.
I
I want to
mean,
be able to wear a Hawaiian shirt. You can't wear a Hawaiian shirt in the woods. You look like a fucking idiot.
no one's gonna see you. You're in the woods.
You can
I don't
still
want
do
to
that
be
in the
alone.
woods.
I want to be able to share margaritas with everybody else in paradise, dude. I want to be like
what
on my
beach?
boat, just like Jimmy Buffett, and be like, have a blender and just be like boat hopping and be like, you guys want a margarita? I'm Jimmy Buffett. Like that's like, dude, the guy had the fucking life.
Just
man.
committing boat deweys.
Yeah, dude, boat duties are fake though. Do they like just like drive the boat straight?
I don't know about that, man. I would not want to fuck with a boat cop.
Boat cops are scary, especially because every single time they come on my dad's boat, I'm always grilled. Like, and I always tell them I have a fishing license and I don't.
Damn.
They're like only $25, so like if we get pulled over and we have like a fish on board, I bought it in years past, but I haven't fished enough this year to justify it.
Yeah, I don't know. Boat police on the water just seem.
There's no escape.
There's no escape, but there's also like you gotta kind of be a.
They're definitely power tripping way harder on the ocean.
Yeah. Because they're also sailors.
Scurvy dogs.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
my bong broke, so I've been using my bowl as a one hitter.
The noise that just came through the mic was unreal.
Sorry for the audio only listeners, just getting absolutely ear fucked. But honestly, if you're listening at this point of the podcast, then you probably
the
need a
realist.
friend, and I'm glad that you need a friend, and that's us. Come on the podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
Coop, get people to come on the podcast.
yeah, I'm trying to get people to come on the podcast soon.
Well, yeah, stop.
It's hard with Aaron and his poopy problems, and fucking. I traveled a lot this summer.
Yeah, everyone had a good summer. Everyone had a fun summer. now it's time for the fall season. The writers
I'm in
are
financial
no longer
ruin. It's
striking,
financial
so we're
ruin
back to
fall.
making a podcast.
Yeah, podcast will come back because I'm gonna be angry and bitter. The reason I didn't have the podcast going is because I was actually happy for the first time in 3 years, and now
Damn,
I'm
what
not
happened?
happy. What happened this summer?
Mhm.
This summer was just cool. It was a chill summer. I lived. I did
Hot
stuff.
girl
I'm in
summer.
financial ruin. It's financial ruin fall, dude. I'm gonna have
Oh, okay.
zero money. September 1st. So if you want to send in donations or sub to Twitch, that'd be great. The subs for Twitch are for a camera though, but the camera will help us make more money from people watching Twitch and getting 0.5 cents, giving 0.5 cents. So
Well, in the spirit of financial ruin fall, you should just buy an overpriced camera on finance, like payment plan through like Klarna or something.
yeah, that way it
Just
forces
further
us to
ruin
make.
yourself.
Well, it would force us to make money, or else I will be sent to debt collectors. So every video will be like trying to pay off debt collectors for this camera. And then like a crazy face with like people calling.
Which
Yeah,
is
But
cool. You could even finance something like that if you wanted to.
I mean, I'm sure we could find a decent camera for enough that I wouldn't need to finance it. Hopefully, between 3 people.
I thought you found like a good hunted.
Yeah, it was like $150 for. I just had to see like what the storage capacity is because we want to be able to like film for like 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess so.
Like,
I thought you were gonna get something you could just plug into your computer.
yeah, but the problem is it's not the computer. It would be the camera. Like I'd want to be able to capture like 4 hours of video to upload to the computer. Like I have iCloud now, so it's not like I have a storage problem. It's
But
the
you,
storage on the actual
yeah,
camera. Like I don't want to be carrying around like a fucking block when we're
yeah.
walking around Grand Rapids. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to just have a camera that can
Oh,
store
you're
that much.
talking multi-per. I thought you were talking
Oh,
for like just streaming. I was like,
No, I can
you
get
get
a fucking. I can get a camera for the Xbox for pretty cheap. I just haven't done it yet. I do like people not being able to look at me with streaming sometimes, but I know that's something that needs to be done. But I appreciate being able to smoke weed and fucking eat food and shit without people seeing me like putting fucking Cheetos in my mouth. You know what I mean?
it's part of the experience, dude. It's
yeah.
part of the
Is it?
allure of cooped up combos. Of course.
You
That
I'm
eating?
is
tuning
true.
in specifically just to watch you covered in Cheeto dust.
To be fair, I do eat of food a lot on the podcast. Like especially when Joey and Aaron were in Dorchester, like I ate almost every episode. Which is just like such a
Man's gotta
bad
eat.
look. Well, it's just such a bad look because we
You'd
would
be
always
coming
be
in with
like getting
food.
up to eat. Yeah, we'd be like getting up to eat. Aaron would order shit halfway through the episode, and then I'm like, we do this once a week, and it's like we can't be bothered to not eat for the hour.
This is one hell of a scenery elevation as well, from the backseat of the car to your
Yeah, the backseat of the
studio.
car to the podcast wall. Yeah,
Yeah. We've been
I am.
leveled up. We are no longer the side bitch. We are the main hoe, and I've been invited inside of the domicile.
That's right.
No
Have
more
you done an
quickies
in
in the
person
back
episode
seats
yet?
of Coop's car. No, I haven't.
Well, that's gotta happen, dude.
Big social distance guy.
Yeah, you have been a huge social distance guy. I
Mm.
didn't know you were a person like that. But yeah, no, I do like not doing it in my car anymore. That was really kind of annoying. Especially because my parents would like wait for me to get out and go to the car. And they would kind of like smirk at me like you're a fucking dweeb. And it's like definitely in their eyes. So like, my
I don't
God.
know, man. You ripping bong in the backseat of that car is a vibe.
Yeah, me ripping bong in the backseat of my Toyota in their fucking driveway. Like I'm sure they were stoked about it. Because I would have like when I would be in the car, I'd turn a light on. So like if all my neighbors could see me in the back of the car once a week getting grilled, screaming.
The
Like they
part's
for
like, why
sure
is
could.
this kid going into his car? Like, why doesn't he just smoke outside like a
Oh
normal
no,
person?
I'm sure my parents have fucking told them too. Like, oh, Cooper doesn't fucking podcast. which
Yeah.
is just great.
Probably just like, damn, this kid really loves to hotbox himself. His preferred
Hey,
smoking method is just being in a confined space with nothing to breathe but stale bong smoke.
still bong smoke, and especially in the winter, it'd be like 40 degrees in my car at most, because I would run it for
You
like the
must not
first
even be
10
able to
minutes.
see out the windows at that point.
No, no, in the summer, I'd have to roll the windows down so people for sure heard me, because it was so hot in the car. It turned into like a sauna, and I'd be like sweating in the back seat. And I was like, I
Wow.
need to fucking get out of here. I did it in Connecticut too, but that was because like Brooklyn was studying for finals, and I'd be like, yeah, I definitely can't be in the living room ripping bong, screaming at Chet.
Putting your life on the line for cooped up convos.
Yeah, dude. Thank God I don't have a garage. I guess a garage would have been dope. I wouldn't have had it done in my car. 'Cause my parents are like, why don't you just do it downstairs? And I'm like, I don't want you guys listening to it. Like that's half the deal.
You told him straight up. Good.
No, of course I told him straight up, dude. If I like the few episodes I did down the basement, I felt like I was a fucking prisoner. I was like whispering. What are you gonna do? But yeah, step up. I'm getting a Zin sign. I guess
Oh,
the
damn.
fucking.
how
I
many
had to.
tins did you have to suck down for that?
Honestly, it's not that many. I think it's only 37 for the metal Zin sign.
Oh, okay. I
So
was
I just had to.
expecting it to be like a light up sign or something. How many
Well,
you
they
gotta
do have a
mark
light up.
down for
They do
that?
have a
Yeah.
light up sign. So basically, you get 15 points per 10. So each Zin is like. I'm honestly gonna look up the Zin
How the
rewards.
fuck do they do that? I thought the government banned tobacco product companies from doing that in like the 80s.
I thought
It's
Marlboro had a
it's
thing.
Yeah, Marlboro did, and their swag, if you want to call it that, was fire.
Yeah, it
I have
was.
I have a vintage Marlboro like windbreaker somewhere, and then I have like this like fluorescent red duffel bag that just says
why do I have to
Marlboro
put
on
my
the side
full
of it.
fucking name
It's
in?
dope.
I gotta give them all my fucking
Oh, hell
info,
yeah.
dude.
It's the only way they'll give you the Zin
I
sign.
just didn't think they could do that. I'm surprised that they can do that. Maybe because it's not a tobacco product and it like is a
Oh, maybe.
loophole.
But
It's like
how come
Nicorette, but it's cool.
I don't know the zip code to my address?
Oh, but speaking of Zins, Coop, I sent you this TikTok. This guy put a coffee Zin in an espresso shot and pulled it.
I saw that.
And it made me want to vomit because just the idea of just taking that whole shot and having like a whole Zin concentrated into that coffee shot, you would wreck your stomach.
Dude, that must
Oh,
actually feel electric. That must be one hell of a way to start the morning.
Yeah, you will shit your brains out.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I mean you're gonna do that anyway,
know,
even if
Yeah,
you did two separately and normally.
that's why you do that. That's why you
It's
do a
cutting out
Zin
the
shot.
middleman at that point.
Needs to be more efficient. Need to get my
dude, Jesus
energy.
Christ! I just want to see what the fucking Zin rewards programs are, dude. I gotta give them my fucking. Basically, gotta give them my social. Do you use nicotine products? Yes. Like, what do you think I'm here for? And do you use tobacco or nicotine products? But you don't nicotine pouches. That's it. Can we fucking? Can we fucking please? I guess I do cigars too. I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
whatever.
I probably shouldn't use this email, but I'm gonna
He's just
use
like
it.
rummaging through the trash for empty tins to claim.
No, I saved them. I have the Zin pyramid, dude. Half of them are gone. I probably have 40 on my desk right now. Prokop gave me a ton,
Truthfully,
though.
that's probably what would make me quit. Is like once I had just like 100 empty tins in my room, I'd be able to be like, okay, we need to stop doing this. But with the vapes, I finish them and throw them away. I couldn't even tell you how many I bought in the last 6 months.
The problem
A
is, I
lot.
know when I look at my bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad habit. Bad, stupid, expensive habit. I'm saying it's probably, if I had to guess, I'm probably burning like $250 a month on vapes.
$250 a month?
Yeah, I'd say I probably go to like two or three of these a week.
Jeez.
You can get
And then they're about like 20, $25 a pop. So it's
You can
probably
get-
Oh
like,
yeah, I guess you're right. They are like that
it's like
expensive.
50 to $75 a week.
dude, they have some dope shit, bro. They got a fucking Carhartt beanie
Yeah,
for
but you probably have
10,035 points.
Yeah, but how many tins is 10,035? You said each tin's 15?
It's 69 tens.
It's like a year's worth of tin. Oh, I guess. How many would
Dude,
you
they
say you
have an
go through a week?
acrylic. They have an. I probably go through like two or two and a half. They have an acrylic light up sign with all the flavors for 32.40. What would that be?
32,040?
Yeah, divided by 15. That's 216 tins. That's about a year's worth. I have to decide now if I want to save for the acrylic or if I'm gonna probably hopefully quit before then
Let me
and only get the metal
let me
one because I
see.
have enough for
Hopefully
the
quit.
metal now.
I saw like a Zyn ad where it was like get
Yeah, 38 tins. I have 38 tins for
the
sure. I
Okay.
have 38 tins.
the ad goes get Zins for 10 days for free, and then it like in finer text said like one roll for free. I was like, you expect someone to go through a whole roll in 10 days? I was like astounded.
So you can buy the Zin sign on eBay for,
The acrylic one with the Zen.
yeah, it's like $250, $300. It's not cheap, but
Well,
cheaper than
dude, it's
buying
about
200.
$5 a pop. So what did I say? 32.40 divided by 15.
That's like
216 times. Let's say
$1,000. It's $1,000
$7
a day.
to round up. Yeah, it's $1,500. It's definitely better savings to just buy the sign.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
look up what the metal sign is. Look up
Wait,
how much that is.
Oh,
in
you
the-
can probably get that one
Coop,
cheap.
you did not take into account buying a roll. It gets you cheaper if you buy in higher quantity.
So the
That is
metal
true.
Zin sign's like $60. Oh, dude, you can get a metal Zin tin.
Yeah,
Those are
and
not
you can.
cheap. Those ones are $250 for that little metal Zin tin.
No way.
Yeah, those are a lot of points too. It's like 1,200 points.
So you get the plastic, you put them in that.
Yeah, you still have to buy
Damn,
the normal
this
Zins.
guy's just fucking selling just the Zin rewards labels. 200 rewards labels for $240.
But you had to know, like, how do I know he didn't use them?
I mean, you don't, but I'm sure you could file an eBay dispute if he actually did.
I would be so pissed. Also, just like you said, why don't I just spend $250 on the sign I want to buy?
See, this Zin sign is sick. The bigger one that's just cool mint. It's
You're
a
trying to get a
24-inch
camera.
by 19-inch sign.
So that's
Yeah,
like a
it's about the
pizza.
same size as the other one you had looked at. This one's $500.
Well, because I have the jewel one that's about the same size as the cooped up logo, but you can't see it from this angle. When all three of us are here, I back the camera up more.
What if you go to a like a corner store and you go to the guy like, "Hey, see that Zin sign? I want it. Give me
They'd probably give it to you.
$70." And then
You probably wouldn't even need to offer that much,
yeah.
dude. Like people who I know get offered shit. Like they get offered a decent amount of shit. Like some
Dude,
brands, dude, just load you up. Like,
the Yeti cooler's no joke. It sells for $2,000.
well, Yeti coolers are already crazy, but like to be real, I just would buy a Yeti
$2,000,
cooler and then make a
jeez.
Zin sticker myself.
That's all it is. Like you could totally have someone print you the Zin
Yeah.
sticker in vinyl for like $15.
But the Yeti itself is wicked expensive.
That's
I'm
great.
pretty sure Yetis are like they're almost a grand. I think they're stupid.
I'm
Oh, you
seeing
can
like
get the sunglasses
300
for
being
20
the most.
bucks.
Unless you're getting something you want to put like dead fish in, like dead tuna. $600 for an insane one.
See, that's
Uh,
ridiculous. I would never spend that on a cooler. Like
there's
Yetis are
actually a good
cool.
amount of signs, but there's not very much of anything else. A couple T-shirts.
I would just save up for the T-shirt to like 300 points. You can basically get a T-shirt with like not that many tins,
Everyone's trying to get that Zen sponsorship.
dude. I would do anything for his in sponsorship.
That
And
might
it's
be
almost,
illegal.
yes, probably is. It's almost shipyard season too. So, but they do have brand ambassadors. But I
There you
wonder if
go.
they have to
Future
work a
career.
certain way.
Yeah.
Zen brand ambassador.
Yeah, if that doesn't work out, you can get a fucking fat set of bolt-on tits and go be a fucking Bang Energy girl.
I would love. Well, Bang is no longer is kaput, dude. I think they filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I did not know that. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. I mean, I'm not
Well,
surprised. All of their drinks tasted like fucking garbage.
I didn't. I don't like the only energy drink I really enjoy is Red Bull.
Yeah, same.
Oh yes. Purists.
Red Bull.
We're all purists here.
Yeah, Red Bull makes the best energy drink, hands down, no competition. I will
I'll have a
say,
Red Bull every once in a while.
if I need an energy drink and Red Bull is not available, the only thing I will drink is a Monster.
Agreed.
All of the other ones suck.
Monster's
Rockstar's
too much for me.
terrible. Well, again, I probably won't even drink the entire thing. I'd probably
Yeah.
have like a half a can, but like that's like if I need an energy drink and there are no Red Bulls, I could do a Monster.
Like you get two 8.4s, you'd know you're having one. You might not need the second. Or
Energy drinks don't
You know
even
you
do
do.
shit for me. It's like
Oh, see, I
basically
usually do one 12 ounce. It's usually my
okay.
go-to.
No, that's a fair. It's when you get like the 46 ounce like Red Bulls. I'm like you.
they have
drink way too
46
much
ounce
of-
Red Bulls.
Yeah, there's huge ones. Is it the
That's
right number? Maybe I mean
I think
48?
it might be a 32.
32.
30?
I know they have
32?
a 24, but I think they also have those ones like Monster that have like the cap on top. They're like the
Yeah.
mega can. I
Which
could be
just
wrong,
can't be
though.
healthy for you.
No, it's not.
I remember like being a big like skateboard nerd in high school and being like, oh, those guys got like they're drinking the Red Bull all day long. That's so cool. They get just these giant 32 ounces. Must be awesome. And I'm like, oh my god,
No,
You're
it's
just-
definitely not good for you.
you're just.
I had a friend.
Ugh.
I had a friend that like probably right around when we were like 14, 15, he started to have like early onset kidney failure because he was drinking so
Jesus.
many Red Bulls.
Oh my god.
But he was
Low-key-
probably drinking like 3 to 4 a day. and,
Low-key
like, playing
child abuse?
sports.
Low-key child abuse? Question mark?
And and they claimed that it was because of the energy drinks that he was drinking, and they were like, "Yeah, you already didn't have great kidneys, and then you like kind of melted them by drinking 4 of these things a day." So
Low-key
Jeez.
child abuse?
yeah,
That's a whole like. Did he drink 8.4s? Or
I have no idea. I just remember him always having one like
Oh
with
my
him, like
God.
he was always drinking them.
jeez, that's so much caffeine too.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, that's probably more so what did it than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to have too much caffeine. Too much caffeine's bad.
no, yeah.
See, I used to be able to do the 20 ounces and then fall asleep. But
That's crazy. If I drink a Red Bull past like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and we're not drinking, I'm up until 3 in the morning, like without fail. Cannot sleep, staring at the ceiling.
see,
Even
I
if it's just an 8-ounce one.
Especially if you're
Dude,
drunk, you're gonna be staring at that ceiling all night.
Well, see, this is my hottest drinking take of all time. If you do not want to get hungover, you mix in vodka Red Bulls and waters into your drinking regimen. Ideally, the more Red Bull that you can drink. Now, it's awful for your body, probably, but you won't wake up hungover. I have every time I drink strictly vodka Red Bulls and mix in waters, spring chicken in the morning. I don't know if it has something to do with the caffeine and how it processes alcohol or what, but like it significantly like if you're gonna compare it to just drinking like a bottle of wine and even mixing in water, miserable comparison to if you're just doing vodka Red Bulls all night.
I think
There's my
I've heard
there's
it
my
has
tip
to.
to the people.
I've heard it
See,
has
that's
to do
why I
with the
just do
sugar.
Adderall.
Just Adderall.
Just take a few study aids, and then I don't get hungover.
Yeah, not everybody has a prescription.
I haven't refilled mine in a while. I've been trying to not use it. What are you gonna do? Anyway,
That's Adderall.
that's Adderall for you, Prokop. Again, you're so loved, and you will be missed dearly.
I was really in suspense of what you were gonna say, Coop.
No. We have to do one more before you leave. Don't
Yep.
tell Megan to wait a week. Don't be selfish. Let me do one more episode with everybody. And then Prokop will be back in 18 years. He will be back. Actually, maybe 4. When do they start becoming independent? Like 2? Prokop will be back at 2.
Probably.
2 years old, they cook and stuff. They can probably drive themselves to school.
Yeah, right.
Good with open fire. Like they're fine after 2. So Prokop will be back in 2 years. 2026, the Prokop comeback. Pipelina is going to be the greatest blessing of all time. Pipelina Prokop PP.
Yep. We set her up for success with those initials.
Yep. PP. We're all excited for the coming. And for Prokop and Megan to become family bloggers like Ruby Frankel, but without the child abuse.
Yeah.
They'll just be, instead of Mormon, they'll just be like hippies who have a 3-legged dog and don't abuse their kids, hopefully. Do not make me get on a fucking documentary Prokop and be like, I never saw it coming.
That is the natural progression for a family vlogger, though, isn't it? Like things go well for
most of them are Mormon, first off. So
I guess so. I would say if you frame us like they had a dog, they had a 3-legged dog, and they lived here, like
they were socialists, and they were socialist murderers who documented them giving their kids.
Parents that exploit their kids to basically like fund their lives are the horrible people.
Not a hot take. Those people are terrible people. Yeah. Like honestly, I don't understand people who can watch family vloggers. Like unless you're someone who like doesn't have a family and wants one, which is like just makes it sad, and it's kind of like whatever, let sad people be fine. Yeah. But like a majority of the viewer base for those family blogs have got to be not great. And there's always videos, like there was the video of the mom in Florida who was like telling her kid to cry more because their dog was getting put down, and she's like, cry more for the cover, for the fucking, for the whatever video profile picture, whatever that's called, Jesus thumbnail.
Christ.
Unreal.
And she didn't realize she was recording. Shame. Well, man, it's like the people like whose kids are like, at least the people whose kids are like the toy review kids, like for the most part, like at least they get cool toys. But it's still like, without your child's consent, you're documenting their whole fucking life.
Yep, and making money.
And putting it out there for anybody to watch. And there was also like this lady who got in trouble in Texas or something. She was doing like softcore porn yoga, but she was like a pregnant mom or something like that. There was something there was like a really weird twist in it. But it was essentially just like on YouTube to be like softcore porn. Like insane, dude. Like a mom blogger. Like there's like fucking crazy. Like all those channels, dude, are so risky.
Man, diapers ain't cheap.
Diapers ain't cheap. Right? But the parents should be interesting enough to have their own The best is too. There was like this couple who got like had to break up. They were like raising kids, but they had like so many fans who followed them. So when they were getting a divorce or splitting up, they like documented their breakup basically, and they like fucking commented on it at the end, and the guy was like definitely sad. And she's like, "Yeah, it's best for both of us." And he's like, "Yeah, for one of us." like, dude, like, definitely did not want to get divorced, and had to sit down on YouTube and talk for 30 minutes to these millions of people who've been
Oh
watching
my
their
God.
life, and will let this impact their actual life.
Anything for views, man.
Anything
For views.
Have you guys seen
Brooke-
anything for views?
Brooke-
He's a weirdo.
No, Brooklyn follows this
I
girl
do,
called like Amber Lynn Reed or something like that. Like she's this like weight loss person, but she's never lost weight in like 10 years. And she's like devolved into being this like she like also abuses dogs, so I don't feel bad for making fun of her. But she like doesn't leave her house and like abuses her dogs and like will be in relationships, say it's the love of her life, and then find someone new and then wait to break up with them, live in the house, document it, break up, wait for the lease to end, and then move into a new person's apartment and do the same thing over and over again. She's like a hoarder. She like hoards candles and shit. Like she's wild, dude. Documents her whole shit. It's supposed to be a weight loss channel, and then like Brooklyn will watch the videos and watch people commenting on it, and like in like the 20th minute of a video where she now says she's like diagnosed with all these disorders and shit like that, she's like, also I lost 10 pounds today. like but she doesn't understand like water weight. Like she'll lose like 9 or 10 pounds in a week and be like, time to reward myself.
Yeah, not to mention, I bet she's fucking Ozempic out the ass.
She's not Ozempic. She's like 400 pounds. She's huge.
What's her name again?
It's like Amber Lynn Reed or something like that.
Dude, that's gonna be a wild point in history because I give it like, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 years from now, there won't be fat people anymore. Hot take.
Well, that's a hot take.
That's a hot
But
take.
market here first.
take.
Pavo says
Alright,
5 years,
alright,
no fat
so-
people. I'm okay with it.
The reason I say
happens
that
to
is
Cooper?
because
Yeah, I know. Like,
well,
if I'm skinny,
Cooper's,
I'm not built
Cooper's
to be
not
skinny.
fat. I'm talking.
I am
about
fat.
people-
I'm considered obese by doctors, I'm sure.
Okay, but like you can still fit in one airplane seat. Like it's. I'm
Yeah,
talking
some are
about
tight.
like. But like,
Domestic flights are tight.
I mean, realistically, one of the highest causes of death is obesity and by and large heart disease and other issues caused by it. So it's in a pharmaceutical company's best interest to make a fix for that. And they finally did it without trying. They tried to make a diabetes medication and then made Ozempic that is now more so used for weight loss than anything else. And like, dude, this shit sells like hotcakes. Ozempic.
But no one knows what it does to your body, dude.
Not yet. Like,
But that's the problem. If like you can die
Yeah.
of cancer in 5 years, dude, it's definitely not like worth.
but
being
it's also
skinny.
not meant to be done for like a long period of time. Like you're supposed.
But the
to
problem
use
is
it
if
for,
you
like,
go
6
on
months.
it, if you go on it, it's hard to get off because once you're off, like what happens is it changes your brain chemistry to like not be rewarded by things. So like you don't get like when you eat, you're like, oh, this is gross. So you stop like eating. But like people have also noticed, like I can't remember where I heard it, but they were talking about how it like curbs addiction, like shopping, drugs, like all this shit.
Ozempic
because-
does.
Yeah, they're noticing people because if you think about it, a lot of fat people definitely, I guess, speaking as a borderline, what people would consider fat. If you walk by, I would say I'm like on the chunky to chubby border, but approaching fat. If you look at someone, like those people normally have, me included, other addictions. You know what I mean? So if it's the same part of your brain for food is like everything else. It's like those same like receptors.
Well, I heard that it just makes you like 24/7 nauseous.
Yeah, it's not good for you. I heard.
But you're also only supposed to use it. The whole point of it is that like you're supposed to use it for a drastic weight loss, and then in conjunction with that, not be a piece of shit anymore, and like actually go get physically active and like change your. The whole point is to kind of be able to show people like, hey, we're going to help you lose 60, 70 pounds really fast, and you're going to hopefully feel way better and way healthier and be like, wow, look how great I look. And then hopefully have a shift in your mind to like, I'm going to try to maintain this. The purpose of the drug is not for you to be like injecting yourself for like the rest of your life.
My thing is just maybe stop putting all this garbage in food here, dude. Like, there's not as many fat people in Europe.
I
And
mean,
there's fat people in Europe, but
let's
like
not
it's also because it's like it's not as dude. You go to fucking. I went to Dallas, Texas. I can tell you one thing. I never saw someone in Europe that looked like that.
well, let's not get too crazy here. Don't forget, capitalism is king. So why not solve the capitalistic issue of shitty food with another capitalistic solution of just something you can inject into yourself and lose the weight?
Profit
And then you
motive,
can have
baby.
Yeah.
both, dude. Everybody's eating.
Applaud
Imagine
that profit
Ozempic is the
motive.
new Oxy, dude. Everybody's trying to fucking. Everyone
Oh,
loses
there's
their home trying
definitely.
to.
Well, the thing is that
Trying to
Ozempic
get
has
Ozempic.
taken. I'm pretty sure that Ozempic has moved from being a. Well, I don't think it was ever a scheduled drug, but like it's a lot easier to get it prescribed now because it's been
Yeah.
out for like long enough that they realize you're not gonna like grow a third leg immediately. They don't know if it'll do anything to you in like 10 years, but
That's so
so
crazy.
far from like I've just watched that drug only because my sister brought it up because she's in pharmacy, but I also found it like just fascinating that they finally have actually made something that just makes you lose a shit ton of weight. And
Now, how about you make a hair loss supplement that doesn't make your dick fall like not work anymore? How about that, fucking scientists?
They're all
Fuck fat
bald.
people.
Where's the
Tell people stop eating,
initiative?
dude.
well,
Unless you
being
have a
bald's
gland
not gonna
issue.
kill you.
I can tell you one thing: being bald is a risk to everybody else in society. Though I feel like nobody. I don't. How many jolly bald guys do you know? Not many.
Santa Claus.
Santa's jolly. He's fucking got a full head of hair.
He's got a receding
Not
hairline.
bald.
I'm gonna
A
find.
receding hairline at 2,000 years old is different than fucking being bald,
He's
full
got that
bald.
wizard cut, bro.
I feel like being bald just makes someone angry and hate the world as someone who's the empire's ending. Like
Jimmy Buffett was receding, was he not?
yeah, but Jimmy Buffett doesn't need hair. He's the man. You can't be a fucking normal and have like no hair, dude. You
Someone
need to be
I think
successful and bald.
someone I think of when you get on the bald discussion in getting hair replacement is Elton John.
Well, he has $1 million.
Yeah,
You can have
okay.
like you can get the fucking like $1 million tree. Make it more affordable for the normals, dude. That's. I will vote for any politician. I don't care where you want to drone strike. If you fucking make curing baldness a priority,
Wow, what a trade-off.
'cause that
It
makes
will.
women go bald. I feel like women don't go bald enough. I wish more people our age start going bald to like even it out.
By the time we actually would need to have those types of hair plant transplant things, they'll be significantly cheaper. I mean, that's just like with everything. Like as technology advances and more people are able to do it and there's more competition, the price will go down.
You know
Yeah.
what my Megan and I found when we saw like the ad for the Golden Bachelor and like how old's this guy? Like what? Like 60 maybe? Like the oldest? He's 71 and he's like he looks like what a 50-year-old used to look like. And you're like, "Oh my
Well, he probably
gosh."
takes stem cells and shit,
Yeah,
dude.
maybe, yeah. And then
If
we were
you're
like
if you're rich and old, dude, why would you not like if you're that age and you're not ugly like yet for being 70, like I would be taking stem cells.
so we looked into like, oh, it's probably Botox, yada yada yada. Oh, I wonder how many like Botox users there are because it's like you have to
Fucking
keep getting Botox.
Yeah,
And
it's temporary.
from the math
Bro,
we did, we were like it grew like 400%.
yeah, yes. So
Like it's insane.
that's basically my point with the hair loss thing. Like Botox when we were like kids, it was like rich and famous people got Botox 'cause it was super expensive and like wasn't like, it was a newer thing. Bro, fucking half the like 21-year-old girls at my company have fucking lip injections, cheek injections. It's cheap as shit. If you want to go
Jeez.
get like your lips plumped up, it's like a couple $100 now. Like, and I think it looks ridiculous, but like that's besides the point. But
Oh,
like you can.
I could use an upper lip, dude. Every single time I see one of those, I'm like, bad boy, dude. Fill
The
this
thing
up.
is like if you do it and you like can't tell, maybe you were born with really small lips. I'm not here to judge. Do what makes you happy. But like
yeah.
I'm saying, like the people that like Like once you can tell that the work has been done to your face, you've gone too far. Like it's like you no longer look human, and you
Yeah.
never will again.
You never will again.
I saw a
Well-
TikTok.
It's like the people who pull their face back, dude. I'm like, why do you even do that? Because it's like I know you fucking just pulled your flap back.
Oh, and they
Like,
like
why-
cut it and like pull it back and like sew it back up.
Yeah, so their eyes like can't blink. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
And normally they're
wanna look-
leathery because they live in Florida or something.
Yep.
people want to look young.
There's no point. If you're that fucking unhappy, drive off a bridge.
Especially when fucking Russia's gonna fucking thermonuclear winter our asses and everyone's gonna have to wear gas masks to walk outside.
Yeah, you
To be honest, if that shit happens, I hope I'm in the first flash where like you don't even feel it. You just like
Oh, they wouldn't
evaporate.
hit us. But I'm saying like if they were to even if they were to just like drop a couple on like Ukraine, it would fuck the entire world for years. You wouldn't have like
To be
normal
honest,
weather again
yeah.
for like a long time.
At this point, can we just what's the deal with like enough with the Ukraine? This is the podcast's stance. We were here on the
This is what
we
I
were
wanted
here
to
on the
talk
night of
about.
we were here on the night of the invasion, and we are here to say that it should end now.
Canada. What?
Yeah, that was a bad look by Canada.
What a
That was
bad
what I
look.
wanted to. Yeah.
I missed it. What did Canada do?
Oh, this
Dude,
is great, Pavo. I'm so glad you don't know about this.
Dude, they brought in this like 99-year-old World War II veteran who fought against the Soviets. Like Zelensky brought him in. They were in Canada Parliament. They gave him a round of applause, like blah blah blah. And then they did like someone did some basic background research on the guy and found out that he was a part of this Ukrainian division, which was basically another word for the fucking 14th Waffen SS division. And they gave a standing ovation to a Waffen SS fucking Ukrainian in Canada's Parliament. Not the best of looks.
Yeah, well, I mean,
To
you
be
can just
real,
add
dude,
that
he
onto
was 99 years
Canada's
old. He was 99
embarrassment.
years old, dude. Like, think of it. If you're 99 years old, he fought the Russians. What war do you think he fought in? Like, I don't know what other wars Ukraine had with Russia between World War II and fucking then, but
Yeah. And if you're
bad look.
if you're in Ukraine in 1944 and you're fighting the Russians, you're not. You got to look at who you're next to.
Dude, Trudeau tried to backpedal too because it was
Yeah.
also on like Yom Kippur or whatever the holiday is
Yeah.
that's happening right now. Not
Dude,
the
Canada's a
best.
joke. Canada's a joke of a country.
Agreed.
It is a goofy place. It's like
It's
England,
useless.
but they've never accomplished anything.
Yeah,
Like at least England's arrogance comes from success at one point.
They're
they
like
just get to be the
Australia.
loudmouth. They just get to be a loudmouth country that doesn't have to actually ever protect themselves because the only way you can get there is through us.
Yeah, like
Unless you
Australia.
want to like freeze to death going like from the other direction, which I don't even know if you could.
From the north,
Yeah, I did. That'd be way harder. Well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
go through us. There'd be
Yeah.
a lot of land you have to traverse to get to Canada, for the
Long
parts
supply
anyway that you
lines.
would want to fucking take over anyway.
Yeah.
long supply lines. Yeah, there's like oil and shit up there, but other than that, I think it's just the Eskimos.
Yeah.
They
It's
ain't
like
using it.
it
Is
is
Eskimos an
barren
appropriate
up
word?
there. First Nations is like the most appropriate.
No,
I
you
think.
can't call them Eskimos.
I don't. I think it, or it might be Inuit.
Look it up.
but
Look it up. Let's see, because if it is, I didn't say it out
Let's
of
look it
ignorance. I
up.
just didn't know.
If Eskimo is derogatory,
I thought that
is
it was. I thought it was. I
Eskimo
thought it was a word that was.
derogatory.
I'm sure it could be if you used it the wrong way.
It's a term that has been out of date since 1980, but when the name
Shit.
Inuit, meaning people of in Inuk
I'm so sorry.
Kitut, was recognized by the Inuit Circumpolar Council to denote Inuit groups, Eskimo is considered a pejorative term.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So it's in the same category as Indian.
Yeah. or
So
Captain
Indians
Woohoo.
okay to slip
Yoo-hoo. What's his name? Captain Yoo-hoo?
Wahoo, the
Wahoo.
Cleveland Indians guy. Okay, well I didn't know that. I'm sorry. That's what I was describing, but that's who you'd have to go through up there probably. The Inuits.
Yeah, I'm sure that they would pose a big fight.
They might.
How about the
Who's
F-35
invading
just falling
Canada,
out of
though?
the sky?
Oh yeah, that was
What?
great.
Oh my god.
Didn't they lose an F-22 too?
Yeah, I knew they lost something. What it just fell right out of the sky?
Well, the guy fucked up the F-35. I think the pilot like fucked it up and like had to abort for whatever reason.
Great. That's only a couple
Yeah.
bill. Aren't those like $1 billion aircrafts?
Mm-hmm. I can tell you right now how much they cost. F-35 cost.
Lock it.
$1 bill.
Think I'll be have 24-year-olds up there flying them.
How much does an F-35 cost? Okay, they're not that bad. They're only 81 million to 156 million, depending on how they're outfitted.
Only 100.
Oh, okay.
Only 81
only 81 mil. That's absurd.
But it cost them, well, I mean, to be fair, it cost Lockheed
fair.
$1.7 trillion to develop them.
That's also absurd.
And they're also, I don't find them to be an absurd cost, because if you want my opinion, that plane is what keeps us as the superpower.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
Because it's all about
good thing this
who
fucking came
owns the
corrected.
skies now. None of the other shit matters. Doesn't matter if Putin rolls out 1 million troops. 10 F-35s could wipe out 1 million troops in an afternoon.
Oh, for sure. If it was under
You don't think they can
unrestricted
shoot
air
them down?
warfare.
No, that's the whole point of the F-35. Nobody can shoot them down besides us. I don't think there's ever been a single reported F-35
Does
that's been shot
Russia
down.
have a C-RAM though?
Mhm.
Does Russia have a
Oh.
C-RAM?
I don't even know if that would even be able to take down an F-35.
Really?
The whole
I feel
point
like
of the
those are
F-35
designed for
is
that.
how stealthy it is.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure, like, once you come down to drop the fucking missiles and shit, like, you're
Yeah.
probably susceptible to...
You just don't see them coming.
Yeah, that's the whole point. They're invisible, allegedly.
I love the Navy ships, dude, with the fucking automated gun. Did you see the video of the guy who was on the boat and the gun locked onto a commercial plane? He's
Yeah,
like, no.
Is that not what you were talking about, Prokop, or am I crazy?
Yeah, a C-RAM.
Yeah, the CRM, yeah. Yeah.
I
Go
did see that. I didn't see it like
They shoot like 1,000 bullets in a breath.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is kind of cool how fucked up we have made weapons, to be real. Like, the nuke is like an easy cop-out, dude, but I'm talking about things that could, like, be used to wipe you out as a normal person if, like, World War III ever broke out.
Well,
And we
the
didn't go
nukes are...
immediately
Yeah,
nuclear.
but the nukes should never really be used. Like, there's no point. Like, even if you got into a nuclear war and you were able to, let's say Russia had the ability to fire all their nukes at us and we didn't even get a chance to respond and they just blew us off the map. The amount of shit that would be in the atmosphere at that point would literally just cause everything to freeze over into hell and everybody in Russia would die as well. Like, there's no point in... Like, once you shoot more than, like, a couple, like, it's just done. Like, there's, like, no... Even,
Yep.
like, nobody's gonna be
Wait.
alive anymore.
what makes me question this though, Pavo, is like, how did they test so many? You know?
Well, because they didn't do them all at once, and they also usually detonated them in the ocean.
True.
And it didn't really go up necessarily into the
Yeah.
air.
No, they just fucked up the fish.
Yeah. Well, most of Russia's were tested in like the literal middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like super north oceans that no one goes in.
Yeah, we didn't really ever test a lot of the bigger ones that we had. I think most of the testing that we did was more so the mechanisms in how the nukes were actually like launched and flown and delivered. Like the payloads, I'm pretty sure were always kept like reasonably small to not like fuck it up. And then Russia was like, "Hey, let's detonate the Tsar bomb," and yeah, that thing is nuts. And the thing that's crazy about that is it was supposed to be 3 times as big as what they had initially thought, but then somebody high up was like, "Yeah, that's ridiculous. We don't need it to be that big."
We needed to destroy humanity forever.
Yeah.
Also, like that was before they had ICBMs, right? So they had to fly the plane in. Like they're like whoever flies it's gonna get melted.
No,
Yeah.
I thought they had ice. When was
No,
the Tsar bomb?
The Tsar bombs just dropped out of a plane. The only reason that the people survived, if it was ever to be used in a legitimate circumstance, the people who dropped the bomb die. There's no way you get out. But the way that they did it is it had like a parachute and it like slowly lowered the bomb back down to like Earth over the course of like whatever it was, like half an hour. And then like once they were out of the like dead zone, they could blow it up. And that was still kind of like a hey, this might be a bit spicier than we think, and you might still not make it home, but we think by the math you should be good.
You're trusting
Yeah,
some nerd.
yeah, that was an interesting time.
The flare was visible at a distance of 1,000 kilometers. It was observed in Norway, Greenland, and Alaska.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, no, that thing
Imagine
is
that
no
going
joke.
off in America, because if that like hit New York City, like you'd see that easily from Boston.
Oh, yes, it would vaporize the entire state of New York.
Insane.
Like you never been on Nuke Maps? Oh, it's like a
No,
website you can
Prokop,
go
stream
in.
it.
Nope.
It's
Let's
a
see
web
Luke Maps.
it's a website you can go in and you can do simulated drops of every bomb that's ever been made, and it gives you like estimated casualties and
Jesus Christ, this is insane.
yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta pull this up on.
Yeah, you can do like a bunch too.
You can do like
That's not it.
Yeah, it's no joke.
stream
But
it. I'm leaning forward,
Trying.
Prokop.
Hold on, I'm trying.
the other weapons that we make are also pretty nuts. The issue is that they're all just going to be like robots soon, which is
I
just
didn't know
going to
the
be
Apache. You could like they put a like headset on that you can like turn your head like this, and the gun follows it. So you literally just look at
Oh,
what you want
it's
to
not
kill.
working.
yeah, they make some wild shit, and that's the shit we know about. Not to mention all the shit that they probably have that isn't even manned anymore, and they're just waiting for. The United States probably doesn't want to start doing that because the second that cat gets taken out of the bag, we're just fucked.
What the automated
Because
weapons?
you could 100%, maybe not today, but like I would say that the limiting factor in a jet and a lot of weapons is the dude inside of it. Because you could make a jet do a lot of things that a human being could not withstand from a G-force perspective. But if you didn't have a human being inside of it, you could have it do all sorts of crazy shit.
Don't drop it on Boston. Drop it on New York. Yeah,
Do I
it's
want
too
to?
close to home.
Let's start with the Davy Crockett, smallest bomb produced.
Oh, you gotta do a you gotta do casualties and radioactive fallout as well to give you
Oh,
an accurate death count. And then it's up to you. An air burst is twice as deadly as a surface missile. So
oh my
that's
God.
yeah.
That.
Like when we dropped the first bomb on Japan, it was a surface missile.
Uh-huh.
Like they detonated when it hit the ground, and then they figured out that if you detonate it above the ground, it fucks everything up twice as hard.
I gotta find pictures of that because I feel like
Because
Jesus.
doesn't the force like bounce off the ground at that point?
Yeah, it like basically like the explosion goes down, and then like when it comes up, like concussive waves bounce off each other and then just multiply
Yeah.
and like flatten everything out like twice as far.
Does it show rings?
Yeah, it does. You got to zoom out. You're too
Oh.
close. Way too close.
Well,
it should
this is the
show
Davy
rings.
Crockett. Hold on.
Wait, so you might have to
Zoom
actually,
in then.
yeah, you might have to zoom in.
Show radiation rings.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing you the rings here. It should.
You might have to zoom in. It might be just such a small detonation.
No, it would be. It's much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hit detonate?
I
Yeah, there
thought
you
I
go.
did.
There you go.
So that's the Davy Crockett. And
That's not much.
Sarbamba.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
No, it's basically like the entire state.
And then the fallout would destroy Connecticut.
Yeah, so anything,
Oh,
I
that's all
think
the
if you
fallout.
so if you scroll in, yeah, that's like the wind stuff. So Connecticut just gets fucked as a byproduct of it. If you
Well,
scroll in,
That sounds like what would happen in the apocalypse, right? Where am I scrolling in?
or on this side, I'm trying to see how many
Oh.
people are just literally ash instantly.
Can I tell
No,
by
it says
this?
it in the
Oh,
stats, Prokop.
Yeah, so what go up one to the fireball radius? Yes, that's the yellow.
that's not. It doesn't say how many.
Oh, unless I thought it may have, but I guess not. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, let's see what happens if that goes in Ukraine. Just kidding. That would get this canceled for sure.
How about see if it hits Paris?
Okay, they can take it. How do I?
Do it.
Yeah, I think you have to change it.
What's more? What?
It's gonna be basically all of France.
Come on. Okay. What the? Why'd that do that?
I have no idea.
That's it?
Apparently.
I guess France is a lot bigger than I was anticipating.
Still a lot. All right,
Geographically.
see London. No, go to New Delhi, or one of the big ones in India. What's the most populated
Oh,
city?
that's. I
What's
think
the
you might
most
have to hit detonate
populated?
again.
Oh no.
You might have to hit
What's
detonate again to get it to do the numbers correctly, because I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
still giving you France's numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
a lot
God.
more.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it also says in any given
13
24-hour
million.
period, there are an average of 25 million people in the light blast range of the simulated destination.
what is the most populated city in the world?
I'm not gonna do this. This'll.
I'm just curious now.
What is the most populated?
Oh, isn't it like Tokyo, or is it? Just hypothetically, see what happens if they hit Hong Kong. Don't do Japan. Hit Hong Kong.
I can't
We already
find
did
Hong Kong.
Japan twice. Old news.
Where's Hong Kong?
Yeah, it's on the water somewhere in China.
No,
I don't know.
I have to select from the what's
They
it
might not
called?
recommend it. How about
Oh wait, let's go to the
what's the other
Zarbon
one?
site. That's really
Taiwan.
cool. Oh God, that's so out of nowhere.
Revolution of our time. Just
Oh, that's the site that they actually set
Yeah.
it off in.
Yeah.
good thing they did it at the North Pole.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably didn't fuck with anything. Damn, that thing would basically just take out Iceland.
Yeah, drop it on Dublin, please.
You can change the air direction. Drop it on Dublin. Got it. No, there was somewhere in Ireland I thought I saw. Well, we're doing London.
That did again. Let's see how many people are fried. Oop. It's gonna be as much as New York? Less than New
That's
York.
close. Like a million less.
All right.
What else?
Is Dublin available?
I don't think so.
Damn, those fucking mix.
Or
Missing it.
or drag
This is
the
probably
marker
gonna get us taking
wherever
this down
you'd
from
like.
YouTube. Yep, find Dublin.
A little bit down, a little southern.
Yeah, it's south.
I always mistake Dublin and Belfast. Damn. That doesn't feel too big.
Well, you're halfway in the water. Make it.
I put it over Dublin. Only
Still a
one.
good amount. Only.
That's honestly probably most of the country.
Can you make it any bigger? I think 50 kilotons is the biggest that it lets you
Yeah,
do. I
that-
don't think it lets you do any custom ones because we've never had any bigger than that.
Let's theorize 100,000. Oh God, this is blasphemy that I'm theorizing this.
I don't even know
No,
if
it
it'll
isn't.
let you do that.
Detonate. Less people.
Yeah, I think it glitched out. I don't think it knows
Yeah.
what to do with it over
It's
50
like this is
or
Wait,
50
no,
million.
it can do 100, but that's weird. Well, let me try it one more time. I don't know if- Huh? So the
It
airburst
doesn't
is
make sense. Anyways,
okay. That was
that probably got us taken off YouTube.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't even have
anyways,
it all the way up.
let's
Again-
let's work towards world peace so that this doesn't come to a
Yep.
neighborhood near you.
Agreed.
Yeah, this was a public service announcement from Cooped Up Conversations.
We don't want the
Uh,
nukes.
Yeah, we don't want the nukes. Pavo, thank you for stopping by. Prokop, second to last. Make sure Megan is not selfish, please. We want one more week of Prokop.
One more.
But if not, Pipe Lena, they will start the family vlog when this baby comes out. So
Just
stay
like
tuned.
DJ
Cooped Up
Khaled.
family blog.
It's like DJ Khaled filming a birth on Snapchat.
Exactly, man. I think you should embrace the bit from the beginning. Make Pipe Lena a hype beast, dude.
For sure. She's gonna kill Mr. Beast. Become the
Yeah,
ultimate
get her on
hype beast.
Twitch, giving away Teslas. But congratulations, Aaron. Hopefully, he can shit by tomorrow, and he'll be on next week. He hasn't shit in 2 days, and he's panicking, drinking prune juice. Hopefully, Joey's still not back from his date, so potentially good. Maybe tune in next week and find out.
Oh.
And
Is it anybody
Yeah.
we would know, or is it just this
No,
Tinder?
I don't know.
Oh.
some girl, I have no idea who it is, but we doxed them enough. Thanks for listening.